If you are at all interested in retirement, the retirement process, the pros and cons of retiring early, you found the right video and the right channel. My name is Jay. I'm a retired teacher. I taught middle school for 25 years. I retired at age 47 with full benefits, full pension, full health insurance benefits. That's a story for another video. I would love for you to subscribe, and I'm going to roll these out fast and furious. This video, though, I want to point out basically the top 10 talking points that you need to be thinking about, making decisions on, and planning for so that you're ready to be confident in your retirement. So many people have anxiety. They're freaking out. I don't know how this works. I don't know how that works. I don't know how to do the paperwork. Listen, you want this to play out like a movie that you already know the ending to, and you're just going to let it happen. Okay, so we're going to try and eliminate your fears. So I'm going to keep this video relatively brief. I'm going to rattle off the top 10 things that you need to be thinking about. And then in future videos, I'm going to go in depth into all of these. And listen, if you're already retired, there's value here as well. And I want your input, your experiences. I'll give you my experiences. I've been retired 5 years now, and I say it's indescribable. I absolutely love it. But there's some drawbacks with retiring early. So we'll talk about that. Okay, so here we go. Top 10 things. Now, this is from a teacher's perspective, but this would apply to a lot of different careers as far as the retirement process. And I know this first one is kind of a dying breed, your pension. Teacher pensions vary widely by state. Okay, so there's not one size fits all. You need to calculate your pension, know very close to what you're going to get paid every month. Okay, and number two is, does your pension have a C.O.L.A? There are teachers, I'm in Michigan, there are teachers, older teachers in Michigan that retired under a plan where their pension was locked in for the rest of their life. Teachers my age, I'm 52 now, our pension gets a 3% cost of living raise every single October, okay? Do you have that? Have you calculated that so you know 20 years from now what your pension will pay out, okay? Number three is the life insurance versus survivor benefits debate. Do you already have a life insurance policy? Do you have survivor benefits as an option? We're going to go into more detail about that. That's kind of a big one. Okay, number four is the gap. The gap between what your salary was and now what your pension's going to be. There's a gap there almost in every case, and some people aren't ready for it. If you want to maintain the same standard of living, you got to fill in that gap somehow, and there's a bunch of ways to do that. Okay, next one is because one of the options is your retirement accounts. What type of retirement accounts do you have? Are you in the right retirement account for the age that you plan on retiring? And again, you can have multiple accounts. Some people kind of think you're tied up into one. You can actually have multiple 403B accounts. That's the most common one that people have. You just can't exceed between all your accounts a certain yearly contribution limit. Okay, next one is, and this doesn't apply to every single state, Social Security. Have you thought out when you think it makes most sense to take Social Security? Have you calculated that number just as a rough estimate? Okay, because that'll play a role down the road in your retirement, possibly. Next one, and again, this varies tremendously by state and even by district, sick days. You could be feasibly sitting on a gold mine of sick days. In another video, I went into detail about this, where I retired, I cashed in my sick days for about $25,000. Now, other states, you can earn time, so you might be able to earn your last 2 years by cashing in sick days. And unfortunately, some states, they don't give you anything, which that's kind of a bummer. But again, every state is different. You need to know the rules in your state. Okay, this is the big one that kind of determines when a lot of people can retire, is health insurance. I talk to many teachers as I'm helping them, and they say, I can't leave until 65 because otherwise I won't have health insurance. So, do you have an alternative when you retire? Perhaps it's a spouse's insurance, or in some cases, you go right onto the state's insurance. I had the option to go onto the state's insurance at age 47, and I chose a different route because it made more sense. I'll go into that in more detail in another video. Last couple. When you retire, are you going to do a part-time job? Some teachers say, listen, I can retire, I'm going to retire, but I'm going to get another full-time job because I need the extra money. So I've left the teaching career, I'm working elsewhere, I got my pension coming in, and I've got this other income coming in. Those are the things you have to talk about. Do you want to start your own business? I started a landscape trimming business a couple summers ago. I love it. I'm the boss. I work when I want. I do a couple jobs a day, a few days a week. It's been awesome. Okay, last one is related to that. What are you going to do with all the time that you have now? Okay, if you play your cards right, and I'll give you the blueprint for this in another video, if you do the math right and utilize time as your biggest asset, when you retire, it's possible that you're sitting on the porch drinking lemonade, watching people walk by. That is an option. Now, not everybody's able to do that, but that's an option. So I'm going to go into extreme detail on all of these talking points to get you guys thinking about this stuff. I call it the summer vacation that never ends. It's a beautiful thing. There is one thing that I may have made a mistake on, and I can't go back and fix it. But again, I'm going to get into that in another video. So I would love it if you would subscribe, comment with your questions, with your advice, with your experiences. We're all going to work together, and we're going to make this thing happen for you. So subscribe, and we will see you in the next video. Take care.